Oh, Sunday evening. Yes. Okay. Hi everyone. Very good evening. Thanks for joining. Can someone please confirm if you guys can hear me? Hi Fatma. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining. Great. So, yep, I guess we are good and live. I will wait for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, other people will join. And if you have any question, anything related to any tool, feel free to ask. Like Selectors Hub, Test Case Studio, new tool testing daily, Test Case Hub, or anything related to Selectors Hub umbrella. If you have any doubt, any question, feel free to ask. And we'll start the workshop in another couple of minutes. Those who haven't installed the Testing Daily, I will highly recommend that you guys install Testing Daily on your mobile app, and you will love it. Hi Rehman, hi Sheikh, hi Mitu, hi Kwaza, hi, hello Priyanka. Thanks all for joining. Any Testing Daily user out there? Anyone using Testing Daily? Okay, so I guess we can start now. Pretty much everyone has joined. So guys, today's workshop is all about SelectorsHub Pro version. And here I will show you all the features of SelectorsHub Pro from very basic to the all the advanced feature. And we'll also try to explain like what is the new features and new like what is more advanced there in the Pro version, which is not there in the free version. Definitely it will help a lot, and if you guys love innovation, new things, what new things can possible in automation, then you will really enjoy this workshop, and definitely you will be able to make the best use of Selector Sub. So yeah, let me just share my screen. Hi Carlos, good morning, thanks for joining. Guys, please confirm if you can see my screen. Okay, so we'll go to practice page here on Selectors Hub website. And if you guys are not aware about this page is like basically which helps you to learn all about everything about automation. So you guys can check it out. Let me just open it and again show you. Selectors Hub, this is the website. And here, just go to practice page. This practice page is really amazing, which has everything which you want to practice and learn. So you can anytime explore here. Now, the very first thing, how you open SelectorsHub Pro is that you right click and click on inspect. But before that, how you will get it? You have to go to here in SelectorsHub website. So, and here you will find SelectorsHub Pro. Click on install. You can install it for on any of these Chromium based browser. So you have to click on install, and as I already have it, so I don't need to install it again. If you haven't installed, you have to install it, and then after installation, you have to take a subscription plan from here. Then you will get a login credential, and after that, you log in with that, and then going forward, you will not have to log in again. And you can, of course, compare the plan and everything here, and you get the 1 month free trial. So take it and enjoy for 1 month. If you don't like it, you can anytime cancel in between. Everything is in your hand. Like you need not to worry that you will have to come and ask me that cancel the subscription plan, or you will have to come and ask to the selector sub team that we don't need it, we didn't like it. You have all the options with your on your hand. Just in single click you can cancel it. Everything is there. I will show you. Okay, so we are all set that we have installed it, we have taken the subscription, and then we got the login credential, and then we can use it. So now let's go to the practice page. Here, just right click anywhere, click on inspect. Let me just by default put it at the last. Like first time how you will find it. So this is one very first challenge that people face, like you add it here, and like what happened that many people don't know that how to open where to find Selectors Hub Pro. Like you start complaining that we are not able to find the Selectors Hub Pro in the dev tools. Where can we find it? So how you can find and where you can find the Selectors Hub Pro in the dev tools, that first I will show you guys, that where you can find it. If sometimes it is hidden, then how you can get it. And if it is like if it is somewhere in the dev tools you are not able to figure it out, that you are not getting it, then I will here let me show you guys and how you will get it. So what you have to do, you just right click, click on inspect. Here you see that on the left side you will find the elements tab. On the right side, couple of tabs are there, like styles, computed layout, event listener, DOM and all. There will be two arrows here. You click on them and the Selectors Hub Pro will be the last tab. Or you can also do this, expand it, and you will find it as the last tab here. So you click and open like this. If you don't want, if now select DevTools has this feature, you can drag and drop anywhere, and you can make it first tab itself. So next time when you will open DevTools, you can also use the keyboard shortcut to open DevTools, and then you will find it here. There could be a chance that if you're opening DevTools for the very first time, you might open it like this. Maybe not like this. Sometimes, many times people open it like this. And let me just close it. Suppose you open it and open it, this get open like this. So where you will find the Selectors Hub Pro. So here is the two arrows, and you click on here. You will, because okay, we have already drag and drop at the first position, you will find it here. Otherwise you will find it here at the last one. Okay, so likewise if you have anywhere, it will always be here in the like sidebar menu. So now let us go back and keep that position like this. So this way you will have it like this. Okay, now we are all set with the setup, that where you how you can install it, and then where you can find it Selectors Hub Pro in your DevTools. Also, if you have a question like how you can take the pro version, so here just what you have to do, go here. After installation, you see that it says compare and take the free plans, free trial, and here you see that 1 month free trial For India, you can click. For outside India, you can click it here. Let me just click on this. And here you can see that if you have 1 to 5 members team, then you can take like 1 to 5 member. If you have 10 members team, like you can drag and drop here. So accordingly, this will come here. And you get 1 month free trial. So nothing will be charged. You can take the 1 month free trial. And we don't recommend anyone individual to pay or take it from your pocket. Always ask your team manager or ask your company to take this plan, and then you all take. We don't want anyone to pay it from your pocket. If you are an individual or learning or something, then you can always use the free version. Free version has pretty much every feature. Just that pro version has more advanced thing which can help a lot to improve the productivity and everything. So yeah. Okay, coming back to the topic here. So now we have SelectorsHub Pro here in tab tools, and we are all set. So the very first question comes that how can we write our own XPath and CSS selector, and how this SelectorsHub Pro can help you to write your own XPath and CSS selector. So for okay, and before that, before I start that and show you how to write here, let me just first explain this UI. What all things are there in this SelectorsHub Pro UI, and how this is useful for you. So here you see that this is the input box where you write your XPath, CSS selectors, jQuery, JSPath to verify. Okay, here you can write and verify. This works as a smart editor. Then this is the plus button to save the XPath and CSS selector, whatever you will write here. Here you get all the possible selectors and XPath generated for the currently inspected element. Suppose you have inspected this element, then it will show you all possible selectors for this particular element and XPath. If you scroll down, it will show you all. Then this is the inspect button, attribute, and all these. These all are like really great features. We will talk about one by one, all of them. And here some of the features are here. Here it shows the currently inspected element DOM in this just below the auto-generated selectors. Here you can generate the access-based XPath related to other element. This is the toggle. These are the toggle. We will see the functionality. This also a button. If you click here, you will see the saved value and all. Then this is the footer, and here you get the system information. So this is the high-level overview of the UI of SelectorsHub Pro. Now we will see each and every button, how does it work, what all functionality features are there behind each and every button. So suppose you have to, like, you want to write an XPath or CSS selector for this particular element, let's say user email. If you have any question in between, feel free to put there into the chat section, and I will be taking all your question at the end. So suppose here we write anything, like let's say we want to write XPath or CSS selector for this particular element. So what you have to do, you just start typing here, and you see you start getting auto suggestion. And here in auto suggest, you will get that what you are supposed to type automatically. So this works as a smart editor. So you can select this value. So you need not to type the complete tag name, because sometimes this is just import, sometimes it is just div. But in many cases, there will be very, very long tag name. So in that situation, it is very, very helpful that you need not to type whole thing. Okay. So now here, after this, after typing the tag name, you type open square bracket. And here you see that it gives all possible permutation combinations of attribute and attribute values. So you can choose whichever you want to write. So let's say we want to use this @ID is equal to user ID. You just click on that, and it will, and press enter. It will verify and show you, okay, one matching node. So this is how you can complete your XPath. Suppose you want to add one more condition. You just start typing open square bracket, and it will show you again all of them, all the options. You can choose another one and hit enter. So this is how you can complete your XPath very quickly within few seconds. If you are typing quickly, you will see that how fast we can write the XPath here. Means here I have used the same both. You can choose any other thing. So this is how very fast you can type. Now, if you make any mistake, how it will help you to learn about that. Let's say you forget, like while you are typing, you forget to add close square bracket. Then it will tell you that what is missing. There's an invalid XPath and there is close square bracket is missing. So you can quickly fix that. It helps you to learn that concept. If you miss anything in your XPath, it will tell you that what is missing, what wrong you are doing. You can quickly fix. Suppose you do anything wrong here, like you type something after that or before that, what it you should type and do, it will tell you. So this is how you can write your own XPath and you can learn about that how to write XPath. Now suppose you are writing CSS Selector. So how you can write CSS Selector and how it can help you to write that. So suppose you just start typing XPath. So you see that now it is showing you CSS suggestions. You see that CSS. You can select this and type, and here it will give you all possible permutation combinations of attribute and attribute values with different CSS selector functions like dollar, star, cap, and all. So you can choose any of them and hit enter. This way you have written CSS selector. So this is very, very helpful whenever you are writing XPath and CSS selector. Suppose you want to write your own XPath and CSS selector, you can write it very smartly here. So sometimes this doubts comes that if we use XPath plugin selectors up, then we will forget how to write XPath and CSS selector. This is not at all true. It helps you to learn how to write XPath and CSS selector. If you do anything wrong, it tells you that what you are doing wrong. So in fact, it helps you to learn how to write XPath and CSS selector, what all syntaxes are there, which are the good syntax, which what wrong you do in XPath and CSS Selector. So this helps you to learn all about those things. Great. So we have seen that how you can write XPath and CSS Selector in SelectorsHub. Now suppose you wanted to write, let's say, XPath with respect to some other element. So here you see that you can start writing XPath. Great. Now suppose you wanted to add anything following, preceding, sibling, how you all can do that. So just type / and you see that everything it suggests you. So if you wanted to write anything like related to that, you just select that and it will tell you that. It gives you. So you can write that following, sibling, all those suggestions it will give you. You can also write with respect to. You just start typing a lot more things, like we can talk whole night if I will keep covering all the examples, so it will be too late. But otherwise you can do anything here. You can write anything. It will start giving you the suggestions. So basically smart editors are something like which helps you to save your time while typing, like IntelliJ and all you use. So they used to what they used to do, they start giving you suggestion, which saves a lot of time. So that's what same thing it will do for you while writing XPath and CSS Selector. Now, one of the very great feature here, those who really write a lot of XPath and CSS Selector, for them it is like really great feature. Suppose we have written this XPath. Maybe like we might have add more conditions here like this. Now we wanted to try a new XPath. So generally what we do, we copy this XPath, we go somewhere, we paste that value, come back and we delete this value and we try to write a new XPath or CSS Selector, whatever you are trying to write, isn't it? You don't need to do that. You have a plus button here. Using this, you can save that value right here in SelectorsHub Pro, and you don't need to like copy and paste somewhere else. And whenever you want to use that value, save value, you can access that. So let me show you. Suppose you wanted to save this value and try to write something else. Click on plus button. This value is saved. Now suppose you wanted to try a new XPath or something. You try that. You're trying this, okay? You deleted that. Now you wanted to get that previous value, or suppose you are trying writing something or whatever you're doing. Suppose you want to try the previous value. So here you see that in this XPath and CSS, this header, click on this, and here you will get the previous value. Click on edit button and it will copy paste here, and you get back this one. You are writing anything here, you want to save that, click on plus button, that value got saved. Now whenever you are doing, suppose you are doing something or inspecting here or doing anything, and somehow you got to know, "Oh, I wanted to try that XPath." Click here, you will get those value here. XPath or CSS Selector or any value you can save here. By clicking on copy button, you can copy this value, you can edit this value, you can delete any of these values. Suppose you have added hundreds of XPath, you wanted to delete something, you can delete any of them, or else you can delete all of them in single shot. So this is really great feature. This feature also available in free version, just that there is a limit that you can store, you can save a limited number of XPath and selectors values, as well as there is that doesn't have this copy and edit option, I guess. So this is how you can save the value. Now, generally people ask that how this editor will help a lot to learn. Okay, error handling, we will learn. Okay, what else? So you see that if we ask question to ourselves that how many types of XPath you can write for this element, let's say products. So how many types of XPath you can write for this element? So what you do generally, like as I like normal human being or normal tester, we will say that okay, we can write like 5-10 types of XPath. Agree? But SelectorsHub Pro will help you to learn lot more different types of syntax of XPath and selectors which you might not have explored before. Let's say you start typing here and you see that different types of syntax and format. It tells you that okay, there's a dot syntax, contains dot, contains normalized space, contains text is there, normalized space, equal is there, starts with their substring after, substring before. All these types of permutation combinations of select attributes and values are possible for this, and text. So this will help you to learn new syntax of XPath in CSS Selector. If you are writing, let's say you inspect any element, like let's say we inspected this user email and you are trying to write CSS Selector. Generally, we know that hash ID dot class value or attribute is equal to attribute value, that kind of CSS Selector we all know. But do you know that you can also, there is a cap function, dollar function, star function, like which are used for contains, end with end value, start value. So this is really helpful, that it will help you to learn these new syntaxes and format which are possible to write XPath and CSS Selector, different types of XPath and CSS Selector for any element. So this helps in this way as well. So this editor of SelectorsHub Pro is super powerful. If you haven't explored, write and try to learn a lot of concepts related to XPath and selectors and DOM. This will really make you powerful, super powerful to write selectors and XPath. And here also you can read this. It tells you the placeholder itself explain a lot, that write and verify XPath and CSS Selector. Here, click on that plus icon to save value, and then you can access from this header XPath and CSS. Okay. Any doubts so far, guys? No question? Okay, feel free to let me know if you guys have any question. I will take them. Okay. Now there are more great thing in the editor. Suppose you have this is what we were saying, that which we were writing the XPath and CSS Selector. Okay. Now suppose you have some XPath and selectors in your script here, and you wanted to verify them. Okay, let's say we want to verify this value, and we don't know that where is that element in the UI. Okay, we don't know, like suppose you are here somewhere and you wanted to verify that XPath and you don't know where is that element in the UI. So what you do, you just paste that value here in SelectorsHub Pro and hit enter. You see that it automatically scroll that element and show you here in the UI with highlighted dashed orange color outline, or you can say yellow color outline. And here it shows that, and this is the XPath, this is the one element matching it is showing. Here is the node, and here it has highlighted. So if you want to verify your XPath and selectors, and if the element will be hidden somewhere, it will automatically scroll that element into the viewable area and it will show you. Now suppose this was the one element matching. Okay, let me show you guys. There is a very good feature which is in the pro version only. This feature will not be is not there in the pro version, which I'm going to show you guys. Advanced search. Suppose we want to get all the input tag or links in this page or any particular tag. So suppose we want to get all the links in this page, which is very common question. So now here you see that, let's say we type /a and hit enter. There it is showing 81 elements matching. Let me just zoom in. So here it is showing 81 elements matching. For a second, okay, 81 matching elements it is showing. Another great feature is this, that you can turn off this toggle if you just want to use it as an editor. So like we are using as an editor and we don't want to see these auto generated selectors. So in that case, you can turn it off for the better view when you are using just as an editor when you are writing. So you see now all the matching nodes it is showing here. You scroll down and it shows here. It is telling you that there are 81 elements matching. Now you see in the like which all 81 are those, and suppose you want to get the XPath of them one by one, and you also want to see them in the UI that which one is referring to which. So one feature is this, that you start hovering on these matching nodes here in the DOM, and you will observe that in the UI it will start highlighting that dashed outline with this red solid outline. So right now you see that the second element of on in second node in the selectors hub is highlighting. When we are hovering on the second node here in the selectors hub tab, it is highlighting that selectors hub logo on left top. If you hover on this, it is highlighting another element, it is highlighting another products. Then you keep hovering, if that element will be visible in the UI, it will highlight that. So this is the one for pro plan. Now here is the feature that we want to get the XPath and CSS selector for this one. Let's say, so let me just turn on this one here. So let's say here I will go to that pro plans one. Okay, so just observe when the pro plans get highlighted, because there are too many elements. This is about, okay, let's say we wanted to generate the XPath for this about. So what you have to just do, you just click on this element in the DOM matching node. Just click on this and it will automatically generate the all possible selector for this about. And you see that here in the DOM also it automatically scroll the DOM and show you that this is the node of for that about. So this is the 28th anchor tag in the DOM. Suppose you want to get all the links in the DOM, all the anchor tags, and you want to know that which position is there in the DOM for this anchor tag. So it is telling you that this is a 28th one, and these are all selector for this element. Suppose you want to get the next one, you start hitting enter. It will start telling you that, sorry, not start hitting, you start clicking here on the right like arrows. So you can traverse back and forward. So you see that you start clicking on this and it will keep telling you that, okay, this is the X path for this element, like this is for pro plans, and which is there in the 13th position, and here it is. So this is how it will be very helpful for you guys. Like whenever there are more matching nodes, more than one matching nodes, you start clicking on this, you will be able to traverse back and forward in the DOM. It will also scroll the DOM, it will highlight the element, it will show all the matching nodes, it will show all possible selectors. So this is really amazing, and if you press enter, it will show you all of them, and then you can see it here. It also adds XPath attribute in the DOM for every matching node, from which you get to know that, okay, this is the XPath is equal to 1 means this is the first matching node, XPath is equal to 2 is it means this is the second matching node, and suppose you scroll down and somewhere you are here, it will tell you that what is the position. So from this you get to know, okay, this is the position, this is that 40th position in the DOM. Okay, so this is how you can use this smart search feature. You can traverse backward and forward in the DOM through this. Suppose there is another great feature here in SelectorsHub. Let's say you are writing any XPath for an element and you're not able to find the unique XPath. Let's say we are writing for this, enter your company name here. Okay, there are 5 elements matching and we want to make it unique XPath with index. So if you want to write XPath with index and you are not able to figure it out how to write the index based XPath, unique XPath, what you have to do, put your cursor in the beginning, type open parenthesis, and here it will automatically give you the auto generated index based XPath, and select this, hit enter, it will show you. Okay, so you can automatically generate and write the index based XPath in SelectorsHub Pro as well. Okay, so someone says like, I had missed initial 20 minutes, friends, can you update on what did I miss? Okay, so we just started. Maybe like if you have missed it, this recording is available on SelectorsHub YouTube channel, so you can watch it anytime, because 20 minutes is quite more to repeat again. Yeah. Okay, so we have seen a lot of features of the editor side. Now let's say what all other features are there. So plus button, we have seen that you can use for the saving the value. Toggle, you can turn off this if you don't want to see these auto generated, and in fact this is also very useful when you are taking someone's interview. So let's say you don't want them to auto generate this, in that case you can turn off this. Also, when you are writing and typing XPath here, and suppose you don't want to see these auto generated auto suggested permutation combinations of XPath and CSS Selector, in that case you can turn off this toggle. So this toggle is for to turn off these auto suggestions. So you click here and it will turn off. Now this is very much like DevTools. This is very much like DevTools Control F. So what you do here, that you can do it here. The only good thing about SelectorsHub Pro is that if you will verify, let's say /A here, it will give you the correct count. But if you means correct count of XPath match. But if you will verify here in DevTools Control F /A, here it gives you the string match as well. This is a string match. This is not an anchor tag. Okay, so this gives you the right count. Here it includes the string match as well. So this is not the correct XPath matching count in the DevTools control F. So that you need to remember. Sometimes people miss this in interview and they like just tell that yes, there are 88 matching nodes. So these two toggles are really good and very helpful. But if you want to use all the features full-fledged, then keep it on, both the toggles. Okay, now we have seen this. Okay, cool. So let us just jump to the top again. This is really interesting feature, this A you must be seeing here. So suppose you inspect any element, like let's say enter email. And here you see that this is the XPath which is generated here. I is capital and rest is small. So like if you click on this edit button here, right now we are finding one element matching. But if we make it I is small, then it is showing zero matching node. So how can we make this XPath case insensitive XPath? So here this button will automatically convert your XPath as a case insensitive XPath or and CSS selectors as well. Click on this and now you see that it has generated XPath which is case insensitive. Also, if whatever XPath you have here in the box, that also it has converted as a case insensitive. Now you if you hit enter, it will show you one element matching. So this is really great feature that you can like convert your XPath and CSS selector as a case insensitive one. Suppose you are writing CSS selector like this, and here you have this, like for an example, you have this one, I is capital here. But if you make this small, this is zero matching node. So what you do, like if you click on this A here, it will make it case insensitive. Okay. Like this. Sorry, I just forgot to show you. You select this, we make this I small, hit enter. You click on this button, it has made this case insensitive now, and it is case insensitive CSS selector. In CSS selector, this I function is very powerful. This is the case insensitive function in CSS selector. In case of XPath, there is a translate function which is quite a huge one. So CSS selector has just like very small function for to make it case insensitive. Okay, so we have seen the this editor box plus toggle, this anchor tag, sorry, this case insensitive button and this toggle. Now let us go from here only, from the top. Also, you have seen the functionality of this header. When you click on this, it shows you the saved values. Then let us see this button as well, or we will come back to that later. For a second, we will leave this access button here. Let us see this auto-generated part. Now, whenever you inspect any element, if you want to generate automatically XPath and CSS selector for any element, what you have to do, just simply inspect that element by this inspector, or by right click on that element and click on inspect, and it will show you, SelectorsHub Pro will show you all generated selectors, all possible selectors and XPath it will generate and show you here. You scroll down, it will show you like relative CSS selector, relative XPath, index space XPath, jQuery, JS path, test trigger path, ID, name, class name, absolute XPath, tag name. And it also shows you their occurrences. Like this means these are occurrences, one, class name, same class. There are two same classes. There are 35 tag name input. So immediately you get to know that how many tags are there. You can also like inspect any element. Let's say you inspect this company field. You see that it pretty much generate the relative XPath for that. Trust me, if you try to write XPath for this or CSS selector for this company field, enter your company name field. On the practice page of SelectorsHub website, you will find a hard time to make it unique. Okay. Now, okay, someone just mentioned that video has lag. Okay, sorry about that, but I can't do anything about this. Is many times it happened on LinkedIn. But yeah, if you're facing issue here, you can join me on YouTube as well. I'm live there on YouTube, Selectors of YouTube channel. Maybe like I can share the link here. So you can join me if you guys are facing problem. Please join me on YouTube channel. So there you will not face this challenge. Let me just share the YouTube link, because yes, in LinkedIn this issue comes a lot. If you are on Twitter, I'm live on Twitter as well, so you can watch there on Twitter as well. LinkedIn always gives the hard time. Let me just share the link here. Okay, it is. I'm also getting it difficult. Maybe like you can just join on Selectors Sub YouTube channel. Just search for Selectors Sub on YouTube and you will get it. Okay, let me just add. It would have been great if you could have directly searched me on YouTube. I'm just sharing, one moment. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any question, feel free to ask here. I just shared the link. Please join there. Okay, this comment section is also like quite a dangerous one in LinkedIn. I'm not sure where it gone. So if you don't find, okay, failed to post the comment. Comment is failing to post here in LinkedIn. Guys, please search on YouTube and then you join it there. I'm sorry. Okay. So okay, so we have seen this thing, that how you can generate. Now there's a great feature in SelectorsHub Pro. This is a pro version, pro feature, that you have this inspect button in Pro itself. So in place of using this DevTools inspector, you can directly use the SelectorsHub inspect button. Great, thank you, Vinay. Great to see you here. So here you see that this is the inspect button. Also, guys, like those who uh, came from LinkedIn here, from LinkedIn to YouTube, please subscribe to the channel so you don't like face these challenges, because many times we come live here on YouTube and you guys didn't get to know. So I used to keep frequently coming live on YouTube as well, and LinkedIn many times, most of the time, doesn't have that good video streaming, live streaming, always lag. So please subscribe to this channel so you will get the notification whenever we come live here. Okay, now you see that there's a inspect button in SelectorsHub Pro itself, which you can use to inspect any element. Now you select this and you see that you will be able to inspect any of these elements. And the great thing is this, that suppose you want to inspect multiple elements, so you will not have to click on this inspect button again and again, which we have to do it in DevTools. So you see that suppose we want to generate XPath for practice page. You click on this, all possible selectors are generated for this practice page. Suppose you want to click on this pro plans, click inspect this directly. So you see that we need not to now click on again and again on DevTools inspector. Here you inspect any element you can inspect. Just inspect this. To inspect that, you just have to click on that, because you have already selected this SelectorsHub Pro inspect button. And you can copy this XPath here and use it in your script. Come back again, you want to inspect this, just click on this, copy this, use it in your script. So this makes your process really fast. So that is, in place of using DevTools Inspector, use SelectorsHub Pro Inspector when you are working here. And whenever you want to disable, just right click and it will be disabled. Isn't it amazing? You see that? You want to use this, click on this and start inspecting any element here. Whenever you want to disable this, just right click anywhere and it is disabled. Great. Now let us inspect, let's say we have inspected this enter email field. Okay. Now it has generated XPath, CSS selector and different selectors. It is generating with ID. And suppose in our case, ID is dynamic and we don't want to generate XPath or CSS selector or anything with ID. So in that case, there's a feature attribute filter. You see that attribute filter is here. You can select this, click on this, and here you can generate XPath and CSS selector without ID. There's a field here. Uncheck this checkbox and you see now it is generating without ID. So this is really great feature that it will generate selectors, XPath, everything without that particular attribute. Suppose you want to generate with, like it is generating with placeholder, but here you see that you have name, ID, class, type, etc. So you want to, suppose you want to generate with type attribute. So here you can type, here you can enter that attribute name, type, and hit enter. Now it is generating with type attribute. Okay, so you can also pass the attribute name with which you want to generate, because many people used to have in their framework uh, their own attribute like QA ID or data ID, something like that. Now suppose you want to have you want to generate XPath or CSS selector uh, without any particular attribute. Let's say we hit enter for a second, it is generating automatically with placeholder, but you don't want to generate with placeholder, you want to generate with something else. In that case, you have this feature that you can also generate XPath or CSS selector without any particular attribute. Let's say you don't want to generate with placeholder in any case. Now it will never generate XPath with placeholder, even if placeholder is there or not. You inspect any element, but it will not generate with placeholder here. So this is great feature. This is only in Pro without it. So this is how you can use the attribute filter feature. Okay, cool. Let's jump into this code thing. What is this code? So you see that here it generates the XPath, CSS selector and everything. So what we do, we copy this value, go back to our editor, and suppose we want to write, we are writing a script here. Generally we, okay, for an example, we are writing this driver.find element by.xpath, paste the value. Okay, so we completed our command and here you want to use click or whatever. Then inspect another element. Let's say we are using our own inspector. Click on here, copy this value, come back here and type this driver.find by.xpath and paste this value. But you see that this takes every time too much time every time we are typing that command or anything, like it could be anything. You might be using @find by, something like that, those command as well, fine, but that takes too much time every time we are typing that long command. So can we get this complete command? So here you have this code feature. What you have to do, click on this code and you see that now it is generating with this complete command. So now you simply copy and you need not to type that complete thing, you will get this automatically. You just inspect any element. Let's say we are inspect this one and you copy this, paste it here. Isn't it quick and very fast? Now you will say that Sanjay, we don't use this driver.find element, we are using some other command. So in that case, no worries, you can change this. Here this box, click on this, it will give you pretty much every command which you might be using. So you see that driver.find element, maybe private by selector name is equal to this, something like this you are using, I guess, these days. Select this and hit enter. You see that you will get this complete thing. Like suppose we inspect this password thing, you see that you get complete command like this. Let me paste it here. Private by enter password is equal to by.xpath. Something like this you pretty much everybody is using these days. You can generate like this. If you are using, let's say, Cypress, cy.get, hit enter, you will get this command. Copy, paste it here. If you are using Playwright, select, click here, and there must be pw. So if you are using this, something like this, you can choose this one or this, or whichever you are using, you can pick up from here. Let's say this you are using, you can generate this. So you can choose your command from here, like let's say add cache find by you are using, so that also it will work. If not, command is not there, you can also set your own command, and their instruction are here. With every feature there's a video tutorial is attached, so you don't worry about anything that, oh my god, we missed the session, we will not be able to use. Don't worry, every single feature has a tutorial and instruction attached with it. You just click on that, it will take you to the YouTube channel of Selectors Hub, and there you will find the description and everything there, and live demo. If you don't want to generate with code, you just click on this and it will turn on. Great thing. Okay, now here you must have seen that we were inspecting element one by one and then copy pasting. So suppose if we have to write the automation script for this complete page, in that case how we will get the complete script in one shot, right? So here what you can do, click on this POM page. Now we are going to generate the page object model. Click on this and select this inspector. Before selecting, what you do, click on this code as well and set your command. So suppose we are going to generate this @find by, something like this. Click on this inspect and start inspecting. You will observe in SelectorsHub Pro tab, it is generating all the elements, selectors for not just selectors, it is generating the command for each and every element which we are inspecting. And you see that, like let's say right click, you see that we have generated 10 commands for page object model within few seconds, just in second, and this is completed. So this is how you can complete your page object model really quick with the SelectorsHub Pro, because here you need not to inspect element one by one. In SelectorsHub, you have to, free version, you have to select one by one. Here with the help of this inspect button, you are able to select all the element in one go. If you want to change the command, you can change anytime. Just hit enter. And you see that this type of page object model is ready. Like this. Isn't it amazing and saving a lot of time for you? And of course, like you all know that you can trust on the XPath and selectors which are generated by SelectorsHub. So this is how you can generate the page object model. You can export it into XLS. Here is the tutorial. You can watch this. You can delete all of them if you want to again generate. You can delete. You can copy all them. If you scroll towards right, you will see every possible selectors is generated and showing. If you want to delete any of the row, you can delete that as well. So this is really powerful feature of SelectorsHub Pro, that you can generate selectors and locators page within few seconds, no matter even if there are 100 elements. You just have to click on SelectorsHub Pro inspect button and cut, select all the, just click on all the element for which you want to generate the page object model. Cool. Now, one of the best feature of SelectorsHub Pro, which is the Selectors Healing. This is really amazing feature. Now let me explain you how you can use it and why this is the best feature. And in fact, this innovation has taken a lot of years for me to make it possible for you all. So generally what happened that whenever there's a UI change happen, our script start breaking. So how can we fix that script? Most of the time we are not able to fix that script, and script used to go in backlog, right? So what happens because of that backlog, most of the companies used are not able to maintain their UI automation script, and they used to be like in kind of like dustbin, and we used to keep adding more and more new test cases. Nobody is ready to maintain them, just because like whenever their UI change happen or anything locator change happen, nobody wants to verify those XPath one by one or selectors one by one. So here in this we have selectors healing now, in selectors of pro, where you just paste your complete script irrespective of whether there are XPath or CSS selector. It will verify everything in one go within second. Let's see how. So suppose we have a script like this. So what you have to do, you just copy this complete set. You need not to segregate your import statement or anything. Like let's say, suppose there are these statement and everything. You just copy your complete script. Okay. Come back here in select, go to that page on which you want to verify. Click on this selectors healing and paste your complete script. And here you have to set the command. So suppose your command is like they say driver.find element for a second. So here how many elements we have? 4 XPaths are there with this command. So it should show us 4 XPath. So you see that? Now you will see the here it has fetched all the XPath and showed us here. Let me make some of them as a failed XPath, zero matching node, because all are showing correct. So let us change this. Okay. And now this time copy this, click on this edit button, paste it here, submit. You see that it is showing zero matching node. So what you can do, click on edit button and fix this. Like it is zero. Let me just fix this. Company COMPANY. We have fixed this XPath. Now we can go and change in our script, and that will be working. Okay, but you will say that these all were XPath. What if there are CSS selector ID and class name, etc.? So you see that this feature, same thing will work in free version. In the pro version, this is basically kind of like XPath healing when it is verifying only XPath. But if it will verify everything, that will be selectors healing. So we'll see that. So let me just take an example where XPath, CSS selector, and everything is there. XPath. Okay, like this. So let's say here you see that ID is there, name is there, link text is there, XPath is there. So now this is having pretty much everything. Okay, so let us copy this and paste it here. Select the command. Let's say this is the @find by and submit. You see that it has fetched all of them like this. These are all our XPath. This is class name, this is ID, name, link text. It is telling you that which selector it is. So it will tell you that, and here it will show you those matching nodes. So this is how you can verify your complete automation script just in one go using the selectors healing feature of SelectorsHub Pro. This is really amazing, and this is the region, one of the region, like almost 20% of the 20% users has upgraded immediately to SelectorsHub Pro because of this. And I mean, pro version charges are so like low. It is almost free for the company. It is just peanut. If your company can afford a dinner in a year for your team, that is the only cost of pro version. It is almost free. So this is how you can use the selectors healing feature. You can fix all of them. Then you can copy, export, everything you can do it here. That was the selectors healing feature. Okay, now let us see one of the amazing feature, which is the access page, XPath generating related to other element. Before I show you guys this feature, let me just take one question is there. If you guys have any question, please let me know, guys. I have been speaking for quite a long now. No question, any question? Could you please no could you please ask no to find multiple elements, example hyperlinks? Yes. So suppose you want to get all the hyperlinks in the page. So what you do, double forward slash a, hit enter. Now you got all the anchor tags here. Okay. Let me just turn off this for a second. Here you got all the links. Suppose you want to get all the hyperlinks, only hyperlinks. Okay. In that case, you can write forward slash at the rate href, hit enter. It will give you all the hyperlinks. So this is the power of selectors. This is the power of XPath. And here with the help of SelectorsHub Pro, you can get all of them. You can copy and use wherever. So this is very much used feature of SelectorsHub Pro by the web scraper. Whenever you want to do the scrapping or you want to do a quick testing of your page or all the links or anything, in that case, this is very, very helpful feature. So this is how you can get all the hyperlinks. I hope that was the helpful. Okay. Any other questions, guys? I see there are like 200, more than 260, 265 people. No questions, guys? Okay. Now here you see that generally what happened when you write the automation script, most of us prefer to write XPath relative to other element. So can we generate, because that used to take a lot of time. So can we generate automatically those XPath? Yes, we can do that. Here there is an access button. Click on this, and here you see that first you inspect parent and then you inspect child. So here, this is the power of inspect button. In one go, you would be able to do. In free version, you would not be able to do it. You will have to multiple times click on this DevTools inspect. So here, select this inspect button. Start inspecting. First, let's say we want to generate the XPath for enter email field with respect to this label. So first inspect label, then inspect this. And here you go. In SelectorsHub Pro, you see that it has generated we have generated XPath for enter email field with respect to user email label. Suppose we want to generate XPath for courses with respect to products. So first inspect products, then inspect courses. Boom, it has generated. So this is super powerful feature. You can also generate these relative XPath, access-based XPath with respect to other, along with the command. So generate, click on this code thing. And here again, start inspecting first products, let's say pro plans, and you see that now it is generated with the code. So this is really amazing. You can always watch this tutorial here if you miss anything. Now, what is this customize button? So you can also customize the UI. Before that, like I will also tell you guys, this is super duper powerful. You can also verify your playwright selector. So if you write the playwright selector, you can verify them here. Like SelectorsHub Pro is the only tool where you can verify your playwright selectors. Otherwise, like you to verify the playwright selector, which are just supported by playwright, you have to run the script, open the playwright window. There you are able to verify in console. You have to type playwright and then you paste playwright selector. That way you verify. But here in SelectorsHub Pro, you can directly just paste your playwright selector and would be able to verify. And good advantage of Pro version is that you can also generate automatically playwright selector. How? I will show you. Click on customize, and here you see that this is PW selector. Just select this and continue. And now you will inspect any element. And here you see that you are also getting this PW selector. So this also generate the playwright selector, which is really, really super powerful. You can just copy and use it in your playwright script, and playwright is the future. So you get these things from right away from here. And you want to customize UI, like let's say whatever is not required for you, you don't need index based XPath, test path, jQuery, JS path, or anything. Let's say you don't want the like absolute XPath, you don't want to see name, tag name, you don't want to see. So whatever you don't need it, just uncheck from the UI. You don't need those toggle, left, right, case insensitive button, SS selector, and anything. If you don't need, you just turn off that, and next time when you will inspect the element, you will see that it will be like very minimal UI it will be having. So this is really great. And whenever you want to reset, you just click on this reset button and everything will be reset. UI will be reset. Okay, let me explain these buttons as well. So here, this is the reset button. If you have done any configuration and you want to go to reset everything, click on this and it will ask you for the confirmation. And then it will be like, it will reset everything what you have, whatever settings you would have done. Then this is the button which will expand the like view. So if you have like, let me just close this and open it again. So suppose if we have lots of selectors here and we want to see all of them, so you click on this button here, it will expand them, so you will be able to see all of them. If you don't want, you close this. What is this double quote thing? So some of the frameworks used to support double quotes in XPath. So if you want to generate with them double quotes, you click on this, it will generate XPath with double quotes now. So you see that you inspect and it is generating with double quotes. Then this is the debugger feature. It is very, very helpful when you want to inspect the dynamic elements, like dynamic elements which you are not able to inspect immediately. This is amazing feature. Let me show you. There are a couple of types of dynamic drop-down elements and bubble loader. Like you see in Twitter, if you refresh the page, you see these are the bubble loader. So we might not be able to inspect them immediately because they immediately disappear. Like on Flipkart website, if you type something like these drop downs, if you right click, you see that immediately they disappear. So how can we inspect them? Some of the drop downs we will be able to, like you right click, let's say I'm on this page. Some of the drop downs you would be able to right click and inspect, and then you can copy. So this is also a great feature, guys. You see that in SelectorsHub Pro, you will be able to copy XPath and selectors value right there from context menu without opening SelectorsHub Pro. And here, before copying this value, you can see the value as well. While in free version, you would not be able to see the value. So here you see the value. To click copy, just click on this and value is copied. So, okay, so this is one thing that you can right click and you can copy the value. But what about these on which you are not able to right click because they disappear immediately? So we have this debugger feature in SelectorsHub Pro. In free also this feature is there. So what you have to do, you just click on this debugger button and within 5 seconds you have to make this element visible. And then SelectorsHub Pro, it will stop that element here itself and you would be able to inspect that element. Now you see that this element, we are able to inspect it here. You can just inspect this, any of these element. So this way you would be able to inspect any of these drop down element. Okay. One second, my system is hanging. Let me just right click. So we have to click on this debugger button. Then we open this drop down. Within 5 seconds, it will stop that element in the UI. And then you would be able to inspect this element from here. And it will generate the XPath and selectors here. Now you will see in the Twitter, like when there are bubble loaders, how can we inspect them? Because we cannot make them visible like within 5 seconds. If we try to make them visible, then we will have to refresh the page and debugger will execute. So what you have to do here, we have to immediately start the debugger. So what you do, you can customize the debugger time, make it 0 from customize UI, from settings, And now what we will do, we will keep our cursor here on top of this debugger button and refresh the page. And click immediately as soon as this bubble loader comes. And now we will be able to inspect this bubble loader. And here we are able to inspect this element. So this is how you can use the debugger feature of SelectorsHub Pro to inspect any kind of element. Okay. So these all were the features which you see in the UI of SelectorsHub Pro. Now let me explain some of the features which you might not be aware, which are really helpful. Before that, yes, you also get this system information and browser information resolution in the footer and the timestamp as well, like when you have started using SelectorsHub Pro. So you see that here you get this information. If you don't want to see, you can customize this, you can hide it, system info, and then you will not be able to see it. Then you will not see. So if you want to see the system information, because many times it happened that we are doing the testing, we are writing the automation script, we want to see at any point of time what is the like browser version, what is the system version and all that information, you get it here. Great thing that if it also helps you to learn about DOM and elements, web elements. You just start inspecting element. Like it supports the SVG elements. It tells you that this is an SVG element, and it also gives you an alert that this is SVG element. It doesn't support a standard XPath format. Learn more. And in fact, if you write wrong format, it will tell you that this is invalid syntax. So it supports SVG. This also supports iframe and shadow DOM, nested iframe as well. So what you do, inspect any element. If that will be inside iframe, it will tell you that this is inside iframe. It also generate iframe XPath as well as the selectors for that particular element. So you don't need to write XPath for iframe. You don't need to write XPath or selector for that particular element. This also generate the XPath for the multiple iframe if there will be multiple iframes. So you see that it tells you that uh, element is inside two nested frames, and these are XPath for frame 1, frame 2, and this is the element XPath. So this is really amazing feature. If any element is inside iframe, it will tell you. Sorry, it will if any element inside shadow DOM. Like let's say we inspect this enter name. It is telling you that this is inside shadow DOM, and every information it is giving you. Here it gives you the Selenium Java code as well. If you are working with Cypress, it will give you Cypress JavaScript code to automate this. It gives you the Playwright code as well, like Playwright with JavaScript and Playwright with Java code as well. So this is really incredible feature in SelectorsHub Pro. In free version, you don't have options to generate different kinds of code, but in Pro version, you have this option. If element is inside multiple shadow DOM, it will tell you. If element is inside shadow DOM, iframe, then everything it tells you. Like this is inside two nested shadow DOM, so everything it tells you. Anything like any element which can be automated, which cannot be automated, it will tell you. Like this kind of alert also it gives you that this element is not interactable through Selenium automation. So before you waste your time in like debugging or trying to automate, it will tell you upfront that what is possible, what is not possible. So it saves a lot of time and energy for you and your team. So this is really amazing feature that it gives you everything upfront. If you make any mistake, like while writing XPath or doing anything, it will tell you. Like let's say you are writing any XPath here. So you must have seen this starts with. If you use ends with is also there, right? But if you will use that, it will tell you that ends with is XPath 2.0 function, which browser doesn't support. Use XPath 1.0 function. So it helped a lot to learn all these concepts. So this is very useful. So I guess I have covered pretty much all the features of SelectorsHub Pro. So if you guys have like, I'm sure you must have enjoyed a lot and you must have learned something new today, a lot of new concepts. Yes, one more feature, let me tell you. Yeah, that is also really great feature of Pro. So how we can verify, like generally this question always come, does it generate a dynamic XPath? Can we verify the dynamic XPath? Yes, it made it possible. You see that, like, let me show you in free version. So suppose we have inspected this element, Google search. Now here, this looks like pretty much dynamic XPath, isn't it? This looks like dynamic XPath because this value, and here it tells you also that looks like dynamic. But how can we make sure that this is dynamic or not in Pro version? Is it possible? It is possible. You see that there's a button here. You click on this and it will verify the stability of this. And here it is telling you that this is a stable XPath and you can use it in your automation script. So this tells you the stability of your XPath, the stability of the XPath which is generated by the SelectorsHub Pro. So this is really great feature. It will tell you that. You just have to click on this refresh button. Okay. Now, how you guys can get started with this and how you can get the free trial of this, what you have to do, just go to SelectorsHub website. And here you see that there's a SelectorsHub Pro. Click on this install button. You have to install it in your browser. Then you take a free trial, click and compare and take. So here you see that you can get a 1 month free trial for whole team now. And we have very cheap plan, like if your company or your team manager can afford a dinner for your team, that is the only cost for this tool. So it is not like a pro or something like that. It is just like very minimal, almost free. We have to have some of the pro version of a few tools because we have now so many tools, we have so many free tools and working really hard, like Selectors of free version, Test Case Studio free version, Test Case Hub, then Testing Daily now, which is a like really incredible app and browser plugin as well as the web application. So to maintain everything and to support community, we really need these pro versions of Selectors of Pro and Test Case Studio Pro. So I will request all of you that please encourage and ask your company to take the pro version. Very cheap plans are available. Let me just show you guys. Like for outside India, if you just click on this, and for India it is also very cheap. Just $300 annually. Just $300 annually you have to pay for 5 member team. That's all. So any company can afford, right? It is not even a dinner cost for a like company for of a 5 member team. So this is very cheap. This is annually, guys. So you can take 1 month free trial. Anytime you can like click on cancel button if you didn't like it. And please follow this tutorial to get started with like how you can take it and how you can add the team and other stuff. Very simple. Also, like, let me just show you here how after taking the plan where all you can see. So once you will log in, like, let me just here you click on profile. Here you will see that you can add your team member here. You in under billing, you would be able to cancel the plan, like everything is there. So you just by clicking one button, your plan will be cancelled. Everything you can see here, all your billing and all, you will be able to see that. Like if I log out, very first time when you will install Selectors of Pro, you will see like this. Then you can log in, and after login, you will get that. And if you face any challenges anytime, we are always available here. Live chat option is there, so you can chat with us anytime. If you have any doubt, any question, you can contact us here, support @ selectorsHub.com. You can write to us anytime. And there might be a question that is it safe and secure? So let us show you on this. SelectorsHub Pro is absolutely safe and secure plugin. It is verified as well, and you see that here it runs offline. Under privacy practices page, you can see that we don't collect any of your user data. This is absolutely safe and secure plugin. Okay, and guys, those who haven't installed the testing daily on your mobile app, then please install it right away. This is really incredible innovation which lists down all the testing related stuff at one platform, and you will get all the amazing feed at one place. Already, like within a week, more than 2000 testers are already using it on mobile. So you see that you get the latest testing feed it on your mobile. Like who has created, if any new tutorial comes on YouTube, any testing related YouTube video came, someone has written some article on Medium, so all those things comes here on at one place. Let me just share the install link here, so please install it right away, and you will love this testing daily, guys. You will love it. Let me share it. And also, like directly from the Selectors Hub website, you will get all these things. It is also available as a browser plugin, so you can install it in your browser, and whenever you will open a new tab, you will see some stuff here, some testing related thing, and it will be very very helpful for you to like get to know that what is happening. Like every time you open new tab, it opens like this, and if you want to open a website, you can open website. Nothing is causing issue. Just in that between those 3-4 seconds of time, you will get something new to learn. So this is very very helpful and very amazing feedback. This is absolutely free community product again, so please use it. Install it in your mobile app. It is available for Android as well as iPhone. In Play Store search, and or in App Store search for testing daily, and you will get it. Also, just let me add the like direct link here so you guys can install it on your phone. And now if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm pretty much done from my side. Any questions, guys? Feel free to ask. So this is the testing daily Play Store link, and let me just share the App Store link as well. Any questions, guys? Any feedback? Feel free to ask. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the Selectors Hub YouTube channel, please subscribe it so that like you don't miss any upcoming session. And we used to keep adding a lot more tutorials and everything, so please do subscribe. Okay, so if you guys don't have any question, then we can end the session for today. That was pretty much from my side. Thank you so much everyone for joining. It was amazing, and thanks for your support and everything. So I will wait for a couple of minutes. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Okay, so no question. Okay, great. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great evening, and please install testing daily and do try this Selectors Hub Pro, and all the details and everything you will find it on Selectors Hub website. If you have any question, feel free to always reach out to us. With that, thank you so much for joining once again. Bye bye, and have a great evening, great day. Bye.